YouTube, how's it going? The Goat House is back, and the Madden 20 ratings are out. Not a video I planned on doing, but just seeing these ratings come out and being a channel that constantly covers the NFL and ranks players. We like to do our player rankings. I found it pretty interesting, so we'll kind of get my reaction, break them down, who's too high, who's too low. It's a pretty interesting topic here, seeing all these ratings on Twitter, so we'll take a look at them in just a second. We have a subscriber goal of 40K by the end of this year. We got plenty of NFL coverage during the season, and we got plenty of predictions right now. We got NBA content as well. So subscription be much appreciated, as well as clicking that like button. Check out our Twitter. You see it in the top right, link in the description. Would also be much appreciated. But let's take a look at some of these ratings. That's overall. I prefer going by position. So EA Sports, this is EA Sports website. They actually have all the ratings, so we actually could go by team. That would take a little while. So I kind of want to just sort by quarterback and just see what my thoughts on the quarterbacks. So basically, this is their rankings. This is basically how I look at it. They got Mahomes as the best quarterback in football. It's not. There's nothing wrong with that to me. They got Breeze too. I was surprised to see Breeze down at 92. Rivers played excellent last year. He's very good. I was a little surprised to see Rivers at a Breeze. And then Breeze and Luck, the same overall. I guess they shouldn't be too far off, but just to see them at the same. But then Russell Wilson, that's where I got a problem. I think Russell Wilson's much better than 91. A little surprised to see Rodgers, at 90, but really hasn't played much the last 2 years. And, he played a lot last year, hurt, just didn't play super well or anything. But I think it's somewhat realistic that some of these guys are ahead of him. It's just a little surprising. But Russell Wilson, I got a problem with, Luck being ahead of him. I think he should be ahead of Rivers too. Really, if it was up to me, he'd be in the top three. Maybe that's just me. Matt Ryan at 89. And there's a big gap after Matt Ryan at 89 and then Big Ben Roethlisberger there at 85. Don't really have a problem with it. It's just interesting to see the gap. Goff at 83. Just to think he's like in the same group as Cam Newton, I don't know about that for me. I think Cam's is quite a bit better. Baker's already at 83. Don't really have a problem with it. Watson. It's kind of weird having Baker ahead of Watson. Maybe they should be the same, or maybe I would put Watson one better. I was surprised once at 82. I would agree with that rating. I was just surprised. A lot of people like him, think he's better than that, so I was surprised Madden kind of put him at that. Cousins, depends on which Cousins we're talking about. They kind of split the difference. Last year, beginning of the year, he looked really good, then not so good at the end of the year. So I was surprised they actually had him at 81, but again, I wouldn't put him down in the 70s either, so maybe an 80. Prescott, Derrick Carter. I don't really have a problem with any of these. Stafford, I was kind of surprised at a 79, probably where he should be based off last year, even though I think he steps up this year. Probably what he should be. Garoppolo, I need to see more. I keep saying that, but I need to see more from Garoppolo. 78 is not like a really good rating or anything. Nick Foles got screwed. 77, just ridiculous. Talking about Super Bowl MVP 2 years ago. And then got the team back into playoffs, won a playoff game last year, could have won two, very close. He's done so much more than that. Needs to be more than a 77. And Alex Smith probably won't be playing this year, but still at a 77. Lamar Jackson, 76. Winston, 76. Fitzpatrick, Trubisky. It's kind of weird to see a guy like Fitzpatrick, or he's the same as Trubisky. I don't really have a problem with it. Trubisky's another guy who needs to show me more. 74s here. Keenum could be a little better in 73. I don't know. I'm surprised Kyler Murray's only a 73, with the ratings going into it, like speed, quickness, all those things. You'd think Murray would be a little higher. One overall better than Dwayne Haskins. Eli's at a 72. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to touch on, I don't want to make this video too long, but kind of wanted to just touch on those top guys a little bit. Kind of interesting to see all these players, though, so you can check out this website as well. Let's take a look at the running backs. Let's get my thoughts on those. There were some. I was kind of agreeing with them for the most part when I was seeing the tweets. Quarterbacks, running backs, receivers. But then as soon as we start getting the defense, some disagreements. Todd Gurley, number one running back. I think he is the number one running back, honestly, in football. But that's if he's healthy, no knee issues. I think for this season, if I'm predicting, I don't think he will be the number one running back. But I don't have a problem with that 97 overall. Zeke 94. Le'Veon Bell didn't play for a year. He's still 92. I don't really have a problem with it. Maybe a little surprising. Melvin Gordon 92. Saquon. Surprised Saquon's not higher. Not that he should be, but They got Kareem Hunt at 9. I mean, Kareem Hunt's a very good running back. Just didn't get to see too much of him last year, obviously. Freeman, very good running back if he's healthy, 89. So they got Chris Carson pretty high. I liked his game last year. I'm just surprised. I don't have a problem with any. Like, I'm surprised him and David Johnson are the same. I've been one to say that David Johnson, showed me one really good year. Hasn't really shown me too much. So I'm fine with that. Just a little surprised. Mark Ingram's too high, in my opinion. 86 is too high. I think 86 is too high for James White as well. Nick Chubb, 85. Cohen, 85. Cook. Lamar Miller, maybe a little high. Dion Lewis, I think, is a little high. I like Sony Michel a lot, but that's probably the funny thing here is that Dion Lewis is one rating ahead of Derrick Henry. I think Derrick Henry is one of the better backs in football. That's if the Tennessee Titans give him the ball, which they start every year not giving him the ball. And they give him the ball towards the end of the year, and he's really good. So I don't know. I think he's much, much better than Dion Lewis. A lot of these guys really. So found that kind of funny. That was interesting. Peterson 83, Breed 82. Oh, Marlon Mack needs to be much higher than that. Really, I don't have a problem with the overall. It's just like, how is Breida the same overall? Eckler, how are these guys the same? I think he's even better than some of these guys up here. Dion Lewis, he should be better than. I don't know. Marlon Mack should be higher, in my opinion. Leonard Fournette, I think, is a darn good running back, much higher than 81, but that's if he's on the field. So I guess I can understand that. I think Kerryon Johnson will play better this year than 81 if he's healthy. Same thing with Aaron Jones. I think he's better than 81 if he's healthy. Just got to see it happen, though. Jordan Howard, man, I don't remember what his overall was last couple years, but it looks like he really took a hit. But he could work out with the Eagles. We'll see. Damian Williams is better than 80. I know we got a small sample size, but he's much better than that. That's pretty interesting. I'd probably put Latavius Murray, low 80s as well. And, yeah, pretty much won't load. So that's where we're going to stop. All right. Yeah, I think Gurley is the best running back in terms of, I guess, how you have to rate guys. So I agree with 97, but I do have some doubts for this upcoming year. I think there's a reason they drafted Darrell Henderson. Gurley with his knees, they may have him take way less snaps. So I don't know if he'll play like that, but we know he's very capable of that. So let's take a look at the wide receivers. This may take a while going through everything here. Maybe just go through the linemen pretty fast there. DeAndre Hopkins, 99. To me, for the 99 overall guys, there was 4. I don't have a problem with the 4 they chose. It's just if I was making the rankings, I'd probably only put Aaron Donald 99, and I would probably put, I think Khalil Mack would be the second best for me at 98, and then maybe Hopkins and Wagner 97, 98 range. So they got 4 99s, pretty interesting. Don't have a huge problem with it though. And then you got Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, Odell Beckham, Michael Thomas, Tyreek Hill, Adam Thielen. I don't really have a problem with these. You got Thielen, interesting. Got 2 Vikings back to back. Thielen's 1 ahead of Diggs. Thielen has proven more. I think Diggs might be better. I think he definitely has more upside too. But nothing wrong with those ratings. I like these receiver. AJ Green should be a little higher. He definitely should be higher than 90. Sanders, that's pretty high. 88 for Emmanuel Sanders. Kind of surprised by that. You'd think Juju would be higher than him. Brandon Cooks is 1 lower. You think he'd be higher. Lockett's getting a lot better. 87 is a little surprising, though. Maybe a little high. Marvin Jones, 86. Allen Robinson, 86. Golden Tate. Deshaun Jackson, maybe a little high. I haven't seen too much Deshaun Jackson over the years. Fitzgerald, Cooper, I think Cooper Kupp's a little high. 84. Jarvis Landry, you're telling me Jarvis Landry is the same overall as Cooper Kupp? I mean, come on. It shouldn't even be close there. Jarvis Landry's underrated, I guess, according to Matt, or based off Madden's ratings. He should be a little closer. He shouldn't be 90. I would say 87 for Jarvis Landry. These guys that Kenny Stills, you tell me he's the same as Jarvis Landry? Come on now. Aguilar, 83. Beasley's an 83. That's high. Tyler Boyd's much better than a lot of these guys, too. I was agreeing with the receiver rankings at the top, and I didn't see these ones down here in the tweets that I saw leaked. I don't agree with these at all right now. I think Boyd's better than some of these guys up here, much better. Josh Gordon, if he's on the field, that doesn't really count, though. I guess I don't have a problem with these ones down here, but some of these ones up here, just how I said about Jarvis Landry and how is Tyler Boyd and Kenny Galladay are the same overall as Cole Beasley and Nelson Aguilar. Little ridiculous. These two are much better than some of these guys up here. Cooper Kupp, Kenny Stills. It's very surprising. Very surprising. Next position, let's look at the tight ends. Come on. There we go. Travis Kelce, 96. Don't got a problem with that. Ertz, Delaney Walker, George Kittle. I'm surprised Walker's ahead of Kittle. I don't think it's really out there, though, because, Delaney Walker missed a year, but he was really good. I'm just surprised they did it, Kittle, the way he played last year, I guess, could be higher than a 90. Greg Olson at 89. We don't really see Greg Olson anymore. 89's Eifert, the same thing. I'm on record saying I think he's an elite tight end if he's healthy, but he's not. He just can't be healthy. And Jordan Reed's not an 88. Trey Burton's not an 87. Oh, man, these are bad. These are real bad. Yeah, Cook and Ebron much better than Burton. Reed's good, but if he's on the field, these are bad. Greg Olson should be an 89. Ebron should. I don't know if Ebron should be higher. Like 86 is right. It's just he should be higher than some of these guys. I can't believe Trey Burton's an 87. That's ridiculous to me. I'd put him. Man, I guess that's why I'm not doing the Madden ratings. I'd put him. I don't know if I'd even put him 80. I don't know. I'm really surprised by the 87. He missed some key games last year too. He's just kind of a threat. He's like a receiving tight end. He's sneaky in that system. I don't know. Austin Hooper, I'm not a fan of. 85. You're telling me he's on the same level as Rudolph, and you're telling me he's better than Engram and O.J. Howard? I just don't think so. Jimmy Graham at 83, Vance McDonald at 83, Jason Witten. Njoku's better than 82. I'm fine with. A lot of the time here, what I'm seeing is I'm fine with the overall. It's just they should not be lower than some other guys. So I guess they're giving too high of overalls to some other players here. Kind of looking through the rest of these here real quick. See if they really... Yeah, I'm okay with these guys down here. Some of those ones at the top are just mind-blowing. There's been some surprising ones like the receivers, but they overrate the tight ends, I think. The high 80s for these guys up here is a little ridiculous. Let's take a look at some linemen. We'll put the left and right tackles together. It's pretty cool you can do that. Just look at tackles in general. Bakhtari, Trent Williams, Tyrone Smith, Mitchell Schwartz, Whitworth. I don't got a problem with any of these. Dotson maybe a little high. Jason Peters needs to stay healthy, but he's that good. Ramczyk, Villanueva. I like these offensive line rankings. Except for Taylor Lewan needs to be much higher than 81. I think he's one of the better tackles in football. So that's where they messed up there. 81. Yeah, I think he should be in the 90s to me. I don't know. You could argue he's just as good as some of these guys at the top. They're 97, 95 at the top. And then you got Taylor Lewan is 81. Interesting. So you're saying he's... Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that one. Trent Brown, he played much better than that last year, but not in the Patriots anymore. So I guess I'm okay with it. But he played really good last year. Yeah, let's see. Taylor Decker, I think, is better than a 76. Larry Massey's definitely better than a 75. Eric Fisher's better than a 74. Yeah, some of these guys are low. It takes some time to reload some of those. Yeah, is that the Vikings' best offensive lineman? Or all left and right tackle? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I thought I was on all linemen for a second there. But we'll take a look at the guards now. We'll throw the centers in there together with it. And I didn't get it. And get rid of those. Left guard, center, right guard. Filter it. Zach Martin. 2 Cowboys at the top if you're combining guards and centers. Don't got a problem with it. Alex Mack, Haley Marp, it's pretty high. Zietler's pretty high too. Man, Quinton Ellison down here. I know he only played 1 year, but he should be much higher than some of those guys ahead of him. You think he'd be in the 90s? Really, not really that close. I mean, 87. Don't have a problem with too many of these. Whitehair's better in 81. They are switching his position though. Kyle Long 79. Yeah. Lyman a little boring, but some of those I don't agree with. Let's move on to defensive tackles. Why not? What do we got for defense tackles? We got Fletcher Cox. Oh, wow. Wait, what are they considering here? Is this... All right, okay. Fletcher Cox, 96. Damon Harrison, 95. I mean, elite run stopper, but I don't know about 95. Michael Pierce, 92. That's pretty high. Chris Jones, I'm surprised. I am surprised, actually. He's not a little higher. DeForest Buckner, Grady Jarrett, Deron Payne. Trying to see if anything stands out here. Yeah, the only problem I really have is it's not really a problem. Chris Jones I think would be higher. I think he's better than Kenny Clark. I don't know what they no, I guess the Chiefs are switching to a 4-3, so I'm just kind of curious how they categorized. So you got D tackles on left end and right end will go together. So they put some guys that I would consider D linemen, not necessarily defense. I mean, technically they are. Like Aaron Donald's a 3-4 defensive end. So they categorize. This is how Madden does it, I guess. Good with that. J.J. Watt. And 97 is a little high to me. Calais Campbell, Myles Garrett, Cameron Jordan, Brandon Graham, Demarcus Lawrence, Joey Bosa. Akeem Hicks, to me, it's weird seeing him with the DNs, but he should be higher than 87, much higher. Melvin Ingram probably should be in the 90s as well. Him and Bosa are the same. I think Ingram just does more. He does a whole lot. Houston, Jarrell Casey. I think Daniil Hunter should be much higher. What he did last year and his potential. He's a young player. I think he should be in the 90s. I think Cameron Hayward should be higher than 86 as well. Yeah, I don't agree with a lot of these. Frank Clark should be much higher than 83. Interesting how they just look at things. Be pretty cool if they got. Because I guess they probably have somebody designated to making the ratings, so maybe it'd be pretty interesting if they get, I guess, experts' opinions, like, to see if it matches theirs before they do it. I mean, I don't strongly disagree with a lot or anything. Just, I guess the tight ends I did not like. I did not like their tight end rankings. We'll take a look at I feel like this video is dragging on a little bit. Just something interesting that came out today. Didn't really have a video planned either, so just something interesting we can talk about. Put the linebackers together here. Bobby Wagner at 99. I was surprised they did that, and I like I said, I would probably only put one player at 99, but in terms of him being the best linebacker and getting the recognition, I agree with that. I think he's very good. And Kuechly one step below him. That's just exactly how I would explain it. Just a one rating below him. Von Miller's 97. Oh yeah, we were a little low there. Khalil Max at the top. I was confused for a second there. Von Miller 97. Jadeveon Clowney, who the Texans won't sign long term off the franchise deal. Found that very interesting. So could he be gone next year? He's at 92. So there's a big drop there from Von Miller to Clowney. Levante David, Deion Jones, Telvin Smith's not going to play this year. Ryan Kerrigan, C.J. Mosley. I'm very surprised, and I don't really agree with it, that Van Der Esch is ahead of Jalen Smith. Darius Leonard at 84. Shazier's still in the game. Pretty interesting. Cameron Wake, 84. I don't know about that. I know you're saying he's the best Titans outside linebacker. I'm not sure. I think Harold Landry will be. Hightower. Anthony Barr. I think Anthony Barr's kind of low there. Suggs is better. Yeah, I mean, different position, but Oof. Roquan Smith's down in 81. Could be a little higher. Only played 1 year, though. Surveyed 80. Well, where's Bradley Chubb? 80. I mean, we can go through this all day. Pernell McPhee. I mean, he don't really do much anymore. Woodyard, I think, is pretty good. Harold Landry. There's a couple of Titans guys. I think they got the Titans guys flipped. Cameron Wake, I was surprised. I thought he was too high. These two guys are too low. Quan Alexander didn't play last year, but he's a very solid middle linebacker. I thought he'd be higher than 78. I think Kendricks is higher than 78. You're kind of surprised by his linebacker ratings right now. You tell me like Jake Ryan 78 is on Quan Alexander, Eric Kendricks level? No, just no. Matt Milano, my God, 77. I was a big fan of his game last year. 77 is just ridiculous. Way too low. Jerome Baker's another one. I think he's better than 76. Not like a lot better, but just another Titan that I think is low. 75. Jayon Brown had an excellent season last year. Fackrell's underrated. He gets a lot of pressure. Gets a lot of sacks. 75 is pretty low. Yeah, so I don't like these. Tremayne Edmonds is down at a 74. Man. He should be much higher than that. But they screwed the Bills linebackers over here with Milano and Edmonds. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. You could say him and Roquan Smith, the two linebackers in the same draft class, and they both played very well last year as rookies. And I thought Roquan Smith maybe was a little lower than he should be at 81. He should be a little higher, but you can say they're pretty even, and they got a big difference on the two of those guys. Very interesting. So I don't know where they come up with some of this stuff. Kiko Alonso at a 73. Maybe they're punishing him for being a little bit dirty sometimes, but he's an excellent linebacker. 73. This guy should be well into the 80s. That's ridiculous. I just keep going on this because I'm waiting to find somebody else. And we're getting real low now. So I think Kiko Alonso one's the biggest joke out of the ones so far. I didn't like those tight end rankings, but those linebacker ones are bad. Take a look at the cornerbacks. Then we'll put the safeties together, and we'll call it a video. Jalen Ramsey, Stephon Gilmore, Richard Sherman up at a 93. I mean, come on. He's not that good anymore. Been getting hurt. Casey Hayward probably should be high. Again, 89. Don't have a problem with that. Just there's too many guys ahead of him. Darius Slay. Desmond Trufant, 88 is way too high for him. 87 for Kendall Fuller's way too high. I don't know if Latimer's at an 87 either. Rhodes is down at 86. I think he should be higher. Probably another one I'm okay. I think the rating are just fine. I guess if I made the ratings, I wouldn't have that. I would have it unique to have guys up high 90s. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Because I keep saying I think this guy should be higher than the players ahead of him, but it's like about according to the overall, the rating, I'm fine with it. Jason McCourt, he's not that good anymore. Joe Hayden's doesn't really got that anymore in him. Xavier Howard could be much higher. Marcus Peters should be higher. Let's wait and see a surprising one. I mean, Dante Jackson, again, don't have a problem with the 80, but there's guys ahead of him that he's much better than. Malcolm Butler probably should be in the 80s. Yeah. Just don't have problems with the overalls really for the most part. Just who's ahead of who. Then we'll take a look at the safeties here. We could take a look at kickers, punters too, but don't have much to say on those. So Earl Thomas is number one safety after not playing much over the last 2 years. I don't agree with that. I think Harrison Smith's easily the best safety in football. Malcolm Jenkins, maybe 2 years ago, 92. He's still a very solid safety, just 92. I don't know about that. You got Eddie Jackson, Jamal Adams. I think Byard could be. And once again, I don't have a problem with 89 really. It's just shouldn't be below Malcolm Jenkins. Cordy, Keanu Neal. Amos, 87 is a little high for Amos. I think 87 is a little high for Matthew. Derwin James probably could be a little higher. I think Demarius Randall, that's a little high for him. I think 85 is a little high for Joyner. 84 is definitely too high for Jabril Peppers. Surprised at Landon Collins one. Usually people are a little overhyped on Landon Collins. I think that's about where I would rate him. So I was kind of surprised they kind of got that one right. DJ Swearinger is way too high. I don't like his game. I don't like Swearinger's game at all. Terrible angle tackler. Kind of doesn't really recognize where he's at in the field a lot. Come up with some interceptions. Can hit pretty hard. That's about it. I always thought he was a little overrated, honestly. Jesse Bates is better than that. Jordan Poyer's better than 80. Justin Simmons probably is too, not by too much. Somebody's going to be down here that's just should be way up. I'm kind of looking for that next Kiko Alonso here. Maybe not. I think we could see, I mean, it's an okay rating for Will Parks. I think we can see him get more play time this year, so maybe better than that going forward. I think Anthony Harris is better at 73, but we haven't seen too much of him. I think TJ McDonald's better at 73. I mean, Obi Melifonwu, I mean, we haven't even seen him yet. And he's kind of the same as Darnell Savage, a first-round pick. I mean, I guess we haven't seen him yet either, so I kind of went against what I just said. But, I mean, Melifonwu is kind of just known as a bust right now. Kilbrew could be a little higher. They're trying to replace him, though, I think. MJ Stewart I thought was more of a slot corner. Kind of interesting. Juan Thornhill I think is going to be a stud. 69 is pretty low for him, but, I mean, he hasn't played. Let's take a look at the kickers. Why not? Should be Justin Tucker at the top, I'm guessing. No kickers, I guess. They didn't rate the kickers yet. All right, I guess they didn't feel like rating the kickers yet. So I guess that video dragged on a little bit, but it's something interesting that came out today. I wanted to kind of touch on it. We're here in the off season, just waiting for the NFL season here. But back to our normal videos going forward. I'm going to start doing, I'm going to predict like it's not really predictions. I'm going to make all division teams. So the best depth chart, the best starting group, offense and defense for each division. I think that'll be pretty cool. We'll have some rankings before the season starts, some award predictions, and college football. My college football preview and rankings is coming up this week. I can't wait to do that. I'm pumped for college football. And we'll have weekly picks on that during the year. Please click that subscribe button if you haven't done that yet. We have daily sports videos. That's going to do it for this one, though. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Goodbye.